Hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. Welcome to the weekend. We are kicking this weekend off in style with a fabulous masterclass. We're going to be focusing on a couple of collections which I know loads of you already own and getting into some really awesome in-depth inspiration for these two collections. Today it is all about interchangeable, and our interchangeable dies have been so incredibly popular because they give you so many different sort of themes and looks and feels when in essence you're just using 4 individual dies. Now I am not on my own. Oh no, I have got Craig the Scotty Hottie Laird with me. How are you, Craig? It's his new nickname, by the way.
I am good, thank you very much, Joe, and good afternoon, good morning if you are across stateside. It's good to see you on this Saturday afternoon, rather cold afternoon, but it's winter time, so what do I expect? But talking about winter, we have got a great selection. It's going to be matching for winter, but then we've also got a collection that's all for all occasions as well. And that's exactly what we're going to be showing you and demoing over the next 2 hours. It's all about our interchangeable sentiment dies.
It is indeed, and we've got 2 whole hours together. We can have a bit of a gossip, we can share some ideas, we're just going to have a lovely couple of hours basically. We're going to ease you into the weekend because I know it is bright and early if you're across in the US, 8 AM over on the East Coast, of course 5 AM on the West Coast. I haven't got any West Coasters in with me this morning. Drop into the socials and let me know, because if you want to get in touch with me throughout the hour, or the 2 hours I should say, it's really easy for you to do so. You can just pop yourself over to Crafters TV on Facebook, in the Facebook Live there, drop me a comment, it'll come through to the trusty iPad, or you can drop me a line over on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can just basically pop yourself a comment in the comments over there and I will pick them up. Now the other thing about both of these collections is they were incredibly popular collections when we launched them, and I know that hundreds of you guys out there watching will already own these, will have been making loads of fabulous things and will have loved crafting with them. If that is you and you do own these, I would love to see some of the things that you've been making with them, and you can drop me that straight over there we go, you can drop that to me at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send me in your emails with your pictures as well please, and I'd love to see how you've been interpreting these. If you don't have these, you don't yet own these dies, don't worry, we've got you covered because we've got some fabulous deals in this show as well for you. Now we're going to start with the everyday. So we have the everyday ones and we also have the festive ones as well. So there's 2 different styles for you. Now the whole concept of our interchangeable dies is it's one die that gives you 3 very different sentiments, which is awesome. Now whilst the detailing around the outside changes, because you're changing that sentiment, it genuinely changes the overall look and feel of the project that you're creating. And I think the awesome thing about ours is that the great thing about them is you would never know that these are interchangeable dies, because you can't. A lot of interchangeable dies that are out there on the market, right? You can see where you end up with like big pips at the side or big bits. You can see where basically the die has been connected to the outer die. With these, they're absolutely seamless. You would never know that these weren't as the die was intended. So you've got this one here. This is your heartfelt frame that you've got here, and on here you've got love you, sending lots of love, and also all my love as well. You've also got the flower frame. This is going to give you a happy birthday just for you and best wishes as well. I love how intricate that detailing is. Also, it's worth noting you can use the outer panel without the sentiment as well if you wanted to. So you wanted to create an aperture for something like a box lid maybe. You're going to pop some acetate in there. Absolutely, you can do that as well. This is your trellis frame. Love this one. It's very Moroccan tile, isn't it? And this one's going to give you celebrate, thinking of you, and thank you as well. We also have the elegant one here, and this one is you're invited, enjoy your special day, and congratulations. Now if you want to get all of these together, that is the best way to get the best value, £69 or $92. If you're a platinum member, $55.20, $73.60 if you want to get your hands on those. Or you can get them individually as well if you want to. Individually, they're £24.99 or $32.99. Details on the bottom of your screen there. What you'll also see as well is that you can get any 2 for $42.50 or $55. Now, I think I'm right in saying, someone's going to hopefully correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right in saying you can mix and match that any 2 across the 2 different collections. So you could actually get one from the everyday and also one from the festive selection that I'm going to show you as well. Talking about that festive, I'm correct. Oh, We got there in the end. Let me share with you the festive ones because they are absolutely gorgeous. This one here is your Christmas tree, and this is awesome because in the Christmas tree you've got Happy Holidays, Season's Greetings, and also Merry Christmas as well. The Christmas tree, I think I'm right in saying, was always the most popular individually when we brought these to you previously. So I think that one will go very quickly on its own. You've also got this one. I love this one. I think this is my favourite one. This is Joy to the World, Star of Wonder, and also Peace on Earth. This, with things like red and gold glitter card, looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait to see what Craig does with this one as we go through the show. This one here, of course, is a snowflake. Let it snow, believe in the magic, and also winter wishes. You can see there are your 3 different sentiments that you're going to create. Remember again, you can just use the outer panel if you want to without that sentiment in there. Maybe you're going to use it as a topper and bring in your own die cut sentiment from elsewhere in your crafty stash. Absolutely something you can do. This one here is 'Tis the Season, Jolly Holidays, and Deck the Halls. This one always very popular. I love the idea of maybe using this one as a stencil as well to ink and spritz and paste through. Would be another awesome way of using it. If you want to go for these ones, £78 or $90 to grab hold of these, $62.40 if you're a platinum member, or $72 if you're a platinum member. Individually, they are $24.99 or $32.99. Again, you get any 2 of them for $42.50 or for $55, which is absolutely awesome. So when you get the bundle though, getting the bundle's awesome because when you get the bundle, it's kind of like we give you one for free. In the everyday selection, it's kind of like we give you 1 and a bit for free, which is absolutely awesome. Loads of you chatting away with me already, which I love. You know I love a good old natter on a Saturday morning. Crafting with Stacey says, good afternoon from a wet and foggy Yorkshire. Craig, it's been very, very wet and cold and foggy up here in the North East, isn't it? I was leaving work last night. Well, I could barely see out on the roads. It was positively Baltic out there, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. Certainly tell that winter is here because between the fog, between it getting so dark really, really early, and yesterday, I would say yesterday was the first day where I actually came in here, and as I left my house, I was like, oh my gosh, it was freezing. Actually, it was even cold in here. If you've seen my Insta story yesterday, you'll have seen how cold it was. But yeah, winter and Christmas is almost here.
Winter is coming, as they say on the North Wall, Craig. Janet Leslie saying hi as well from Michigan. I bet it's cold in Michigan. Michigan's like all the way. That was like me going whoop whoop Michigan. That I meant like it's up north, I think. Mary saying hi from Montana. Yolanda says good morning to Joe and the Scotty Hottie. Terry Lee says good morning from a still dark Arizona. There, Arizona, you guys are West Coast time, aren't you? It is early. It is early in Arizona. I salute you for being with me, Terry Lee. Lynn says, good afternoon, Joe, Craig, and the CTV team, and everyone there is. Butterfly Claire, she's saying hi from just up the road in Northumberland. Pam as well, saying how much she loves that star design. And Christine Mahoney in upstate New York is saying, good morning. Yeah, let me know, what is your favourite? I'd love to know which one is your favourite from either of these collections as we go through the show. Yolanda saying how much she loves all of the festive ones as well. We're going to have a really, really busy show. And Craig, what can we expect then from your demos over the next couple of hours?
So we've got a good selection. First off, we're going to kick off with the Christmas, the holly, and I'm going to show you kind of how they are intended. We're going to do a bit of an easel card. We're going to do a bit of, maybe a bit of project making. We're going to do a calendar. We can maybe give that as a gift elsewhere. And also what we're going to do with that one is we're going to use one of the other Christmas sets, the star one, to show how it doesn't just have to be with Christmas one. But I think what we will just do is we'll just crack on, I think, and we will show you how to use the holly interchangeable one.
If we were to do a Crafters TV calendar, sorry, I'm just dressing myself here. If we were to do a Crafters TV, I've already got buttons, some buttons are undone, Craig. If we were to do a Crafters TV calendar, what month would you be, Craig?
December, Christmas.
December.
Christmas all the way.
Yeah.
Maybe my Santa hat, maybe my elf suit, you know, do a bit of fun, bit of tinsel. Absolutely, December all the way.
Okay, awesome. You're going to be December then. We'll work out, I'll ask the rest of our experts as we go along. I feel a bit late now for a calendar for 2021. I think we could get one on the go. I mean, we'd have had to have shot it by now, I think. Why don't we work on one for 2022? I think it'd be a great idea. I think we could do a charity calendar. How awesome would that be?
Charity one would be good.
Charity calendar. Great idea. I think Leanne can make that happen. I'm with Leanne next Saturday. I'm going to speak to her. Right, Craig, then over to you. I can't wait to see what you do with these fabulous dies.
Rightio, so on the show today, we've got the interchangeable die set. So what I want you to do as well is keep in mind, maybe have a look at Craft House as well later on, because we've got things like our cardstock, we've got adhesives and all that, where you can actually pull in and use them within the cards that you're going to make with the interchangeable dies. So what we're going to do to start with is I've just taken some green card. This is from a relatively new 12x12 paper pad. Again, check them out on the website. So I've cut this one to 6x6. Now, if I bring in the interchangeable holly frame, so the actual design of the die is like this one. So it's 5x5. So what you'll be able to get is you got all that detail of the holly. The outside edge, it doesn't have a cutting edge, same with the centre, which means it stays within your card. If you want to cut it out of your cardstock, you do get your outside edge, and that's going to make it the specific 5x5 size. And then here is your 3 interchangeable dies as well. So there's the ones, 'tis the holly, 'tis the season, deck the halls, and then you've also got jolly holidays. So what we're going to do to start with is let's bring our card back in, and because this one is 6x6, it's going to just go through our Gemini Junior. They will of course go through your large Gemini, no problem at all. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to bring in the die, I'm going to bring in my low tack tape. What I also like to do with anything that's got a lot of detail like this one, I do like to just add in my metal shim. So what I'm doing is just going to place it in, and I'm just going to centralise it just within the middle of the card. And then we're just going to tape that one down into place. Now at this point, you could pop in your sentiment, so it's all going to cut through as one, but we're going to just do it slightly different. So layering that up, it's our wafer thin die, so it's the same combination with our plastic, magnetic, and then our top cut and plate. That can then just run through our Gemini just like so. So what that'll do is that will of course do the die cutting, but because of the pressure, it'll also emboss these slight areas. So as this one comes out, yes.
Talking about the MIDI, haven't they? And when that might be coming along next Friday, I can't say any more. You're going to want to make sure you're watching Crafters TV on Friday. So this coming Friday. Oh, it's going to be big, Craig. Huge.
And these will go through your MIDI as well. So they will fit through no problem. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take off my low tack tape, and then I'm going to bring in my die tool brush. So if we're going to take these ones off, again, check out the show, check out on Craft House later on. Between everything that I'm using is going to be on the 2 shows. So I'm just going to use my tool, and we're just going to take out all these little bits. Now on down at the bottom, you've got the little, I know we can't quite see it. Let's see if I've got a bit of white cardstock, which I'm sure I do. We've got little details of the bow and that as well. All these little bits that you can paper piece. We'll show you a bit of paper piecing later on in one of the other demos. But we're just going to take all these little bits out. Not forgetting with the actual brush tool, if you didn't already know, you also get the sponge mat as well. So I've got mine to the side, so let's just show you what you can do is just pop it onto the sponge mat, and then that just enables you to get all these little bits out. You will find most of the time I just hold it into my hands and just release it. But then what you can do is it just releases all these wee bits, whether you're holding it in your hand or on the sponge. Because you've got these fine little bristles, it doesn't actually do any damage to your cardstock. Even if it's acetate, vellum or mirror card, it won't damage it whatsoever. So let's take all these little bits out. Now, you know me, look at all these tiny, perfect little dots. Now, if you like to use your gems or pearls, but maybe you don't have some or you're running out, use these ones. These can be little accents within your corners of your card. So we're just going to take all these bits out the way for now. Shaker elements, use these as well. These can go into the middle of your shaker cards if you want to, so don't bin them. But for today's sake, I am just going to move them out the way.
Janet Leslie's been in touch. She says she really likes the way that you say adhesive, Craig.
Adhesive?
Yeah.
Adhesive.
Yep, she uses some very descriptive words to say how much she likes it.
Adhesive. Okay. I'm trying to think how different.
You're basically the Sean Connery of craft, aren't you? Adhesive.
Well,
he is the Sean Connery of craft. Well, that's what he is.
Well, I hope not. We know what's just happened to him, but so. But I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take that as as a crafting compliment.
Absolutely, it was
Fellow
a compliment.
Scot.
It was very much a compliment. Won't be using it again though. Katrina says, I received my MIDI and the Year of Crafting from HSN News yesterday. Excited to try it out. Can't find a place to put it. I have 8 die cutting machines. 8 die cutting machines. Wowzers.
It's a bit like me.
How many have you got, Craig?
I've got 2 large Geminis.
Wowzers.
One that I bought before I started Crafter's Companion. One that I was given by Sarah to do extra prep. I've got a Junior. I've got two Minis, which I bought myself. I've got a Go, which I also bought myself. And I was also given the MIDI just last week so that I can have a wee play with.
That is
coming up. So yeah,
a whole host of die cutting machines there.
So what I've just done on that one is on Craft House, we've got our luxury cardstock on the show, so you can be able to check that out as well. This is just the red one. This is just a bit of the mirror card. So what I've just done is my card blank is 7x7, and then with the actual red cardstock, it's 6 1/4 inches. So what we've done is we've die cut that piece here of the green card, and I just took all the little bits out. So what I've just done is one that I've done earlier, and I popped some foam pads on the back. So I've got most of these bits off. So what I'm just going to do is take these remainders off, and this just adds a little bit of extra height. And by doing it this way as well on the front, this is what you were on about, Joe, when you were saying you don't necessarily have to use your sentiment. So we've just left that as it is. You could pop a topper in there or maybe use one of your own die cuts. It's entirely up to yourself. So I'm just going to pop that one into place just like that.
It's a very classy colour combination you've used there, Craig.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Between the green card, like the evergreen, as well as the mirror red, it is a nice luxury card. And then what I've just done is I've also taken just another piece of ivory or cream card. And this is where I'm going to bring in one of our sentiments. So this one we'll use Jolly Holidays. And this doesn't have an outside die either. So what that's going to do is that's going to stay within the cardstock. So let's just tape that one down into place like that. We'll just use our low tack tape. And then I'm just going to pop this one through it. You think I would use a new bit, wouldn't you?
It appears that I'm very popular with the pets at the moment, Craig. You know, Laurie's just said, my dog Candy is already wrapped around my shoulder. Soon as she hears Joe's voice, she is in the room. And also, someone sent me a picture of their cat watching me the other day as well. In fact, you know what? How about if I send it to director Laura? There was a whole montage of this lady's cat. She is obsessed with me, apparently. Yes, so, I mean, I'll take all the fans I can get of the feline kind, the pawed kind, and the human kind.
That'd be good to see. That would be...
I mean, I like the cats and the dogs in addition to the fans that are human that I already have. I'm not saying that the dogs and cats are humans, no. I mean, some of them might, yeah, I don't know.
Some might. They might think the male is one.
I just realised as well, we're very matchy-matchy today, Craig.
We are, aren't we?
Very, very matchy-matchy,
We're like twins.
Cotton and denim, though. But, I mean, we are literally, it's almost like we dress the same today.
I just need to put my glasses on and we really will be like twins.
Absolutely.
So what I'm just doing here is I've just popped the die over the top just like so. And then we're just going to just pop these bits out. Now again, what you can be doing is you can be using the actual die release tool. And then what that'll do is take all these bits, but I do just like to use my pokey tool as well. So we're just going to take these bits out. Now because this has stayed within our cardstock, what I'm also just a way to do, just from my own stash, I'm just going to bring in my circle nesting dies, so the scalloped ones. So I'm just going to take these bits off, take these bits out just like that. So that's taken all these little bits off of there. And then I'm just going to bring in, what did I do with my set? Here we go. Just my stitched edge circle. So again, these you'll find on the website. And then this is when you can change the actual size of the sentiment. So you can use, you know, really small circle just to really cut it out just finely. But then you can maybe then use your larger circles where it's going to give you a larger space. So let's do that one. So this is going to give us a larger border when it comes to
You know what
sentiment.
this would make, Craig?
I know what this would make.
It'd make a lovely tag.
It would do.
It really would.
Fancy shaped tag. Nothing stopping you from using these sentiments on their own. And then if you do want to create a tag or make a tag for your presents or that, why not? Just pop it onto either a traditional sized tag, or just make your own fancy ones using your circle nesting dies and that. Nothing's stopping you.
Craig was talking as well a lot about stuff that's coming up in the later show.
Yeah.
If you want to find those offers, best way to do it is to go to our homepage, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click offers along the top, and then as it drops down, you'll see Craft House. Click Craft House, and that will take you to the offers in the later show. So if Craig references anything you want to get ahead and shop ahead for the later show, that's the best way to do it.
I just thought, Joe, it would be a good idea with on the show today on Masterclass, we've got a lot of the interchangeable dies.
We do.
But then on the show later on, we've got the cardstock adhesive. So I thought just as well starting to bring some of them in from later on, and it lets you see the different things that you could use.
We've got a bit of a mixed bag later, haven't we, Craig?
We do.
In the later show.
We
It's
do,
kind of
yeah.
it's a bit of a sort of best of / craft house.
It is, isn't it?
And a fabulous guest as well. The lovely Ro is going to be joining us. I'm looking forward to that, Craig.
It'll be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one as well, seeing what Ro has made.
Yes, make sure you join us at 4 o'clock in the UK, 11 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. That'll be what time that later show is coming up.
So I was wondering why my die cut pieces were being a little bit awkward to come out, and that's because I'd already put double-sided adhesive on the back.
What you like?
So I know, what am I like indeed? What am I like? So what I've just done is taken the backing off. You can use your glue or your sprays or your dotty tape runner. And then also just using my nesting circle dies, I've just die cut a circle in the red mirror card. And then all that I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to lay that one over the top. So this is now where we're creating our own separate sentiment topper. So this is when it could be a tag, or maybe you just want to pop it elsewhere onto another project. It's up to yourself. So if we just press all that into place. So there we go. So now we've got our separate sentiment topper, Jolly Holidays. And I've done exactly the same. The only difference is I just added a few gems that I've got from my stash. So what I can then do here is just bringing in our card blank back in. So we're just going to bring in our sentiment. Again, this one we've popped the pads already on. So I'm going with a lot of height on this one, but you could keep it really one-dimensional just using your flat glues if you want. And what I would say is always remember, because I've fallen foul to this one a few times, is the actual bow. So if I tip it that way, so maybe we can just see.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
The bow is towards the bottom. So just be wary of that when you go to pop the sentiment. The last thing you want is maybe your bow at the top and your sentiment facing the wrong way.
Donna Luke has asked a really valid question, Craig. What is a topper? Which is a great question.
A topper. So a topper is something we tend to call a lot of things that you'll find with hunky-dory or that. So it can be a circle, it could be a square, and it's an image or it's a sentiment. So that there, what I just created there, I would class as a topper, because we're going to pop that on, we're going to top that onto a project or our card base. So anything where we're maybe popping something onto our card blank, we tend to call as a topper. So that is actually a good question, because it's something we just assume everyone knows. So that's what we class as a topper.
I love the way that the light picks up that matte mirror in the back and brings it through. It's very, very good. And who was it that said exactly that? Crafty Girl said, "Ooh, matte on shiny." Good call, Craig. Absolutely.
Really good.
It is a good call. Remember, those cardstocks coming up in that later show. And Ribbon, Craig, you're spoiling us with this first demonstration.
You. Now, I'm saying I'm spoiling you. This was from something we originally had, but you sold it all out before we got to air. So I can't really go over it, but let's just say ribbon. So if you've got some ribbon within your stanch, what I'm just going to do is I deliberately left this so we can tie it live on air, because I know how you all love to see it. So taking a ribbon with our fingers, and as we call it, the bunny ears, cross that one over. So we've got our X, and then all that I'm just going to do is tuck this one under. So that's going to go under and then in between, and then all that I'm just going to do is pull that out, popping my thumb just within the little loops, and then I'm just actually tying it, pulling it in. Now, of course, if you have trouble with that, use your bow maker on the Ultimate Pro, but I do just like to do it my own. So we're just tightening that so we've got our bow. Then, of course, let's just bring in our scissors just to cut at an angle, there and then there. And then, because I would class this as an additional embellishment, we're just going to bring in our glue gel, and then we're just going to pop that one into there. And I've even got an extra gem that we can bring in. Check out the gems now on the website. They're part of Hunky Dory, but they are on the website, so check them out. But then there we go, kind of the idea, the concept of the actual die set. You can, of course, pop the sentiment in with the actual interchangeable element, but then a very Christmas-themed card.
Really, really gorgeous. Really classy that as well, Craig. I think it's a really beautiful, beautiful one. Sarah Brown says, hi, Joe and Craig, Craft TV, and all in the gallery. I sent in some pictures of my Christmas interchangeable dies. I hope you get to see them. We will get to see them a little bit later in the show, Sarah. Don't you worry about that. It is very, very busy. Across both collections. So I want to remind you the options that you've got to get hold of these. But before I do, I also want to remind you about some of the other stuff that is coming up in this show that is proving very busy. This one here is your die brush tool and foam pad. $4.99 or $2.95. Hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. £4.99 in the UK or £2.95 in the US. Is it wrong? Oh, it should be $9.95 in the US. I thought so. I thought we just got our.
I thought that
the exchange rate has really shifted since I last looked. We'll change that for you. The correct price will be reflected on the website if you're looking there. $4.99 or $6.95 is going to get you extra strong glue tape pen. Your dots, glue bogies. Be gone, as our Debbie Robinson would say, because this is great for all of those little intricate dies that you want to glue. We've also got the extra strong permanent glue tape pen as well. 2020 will go down for many reasons, Craig. I know I've said it a lot, but it will also go down as being the great tape pen shortage of 2020. Definitely get stocked up while they're in stock. $3.99 or $5.95 if you want to get hold of that one. Right, let me run you back through the everyday collection that we've got here for you because these are absolutely stunning. And what I love about them as well is that the fact that, I don't know if you can see, but on where the actual sentiment connects to the outer panel, on a lot of designs like these, you'll have notches or you'll have little connectors there. So you can kind of see that it was an interchangeable die. These are absolutely seamless, and I think that's why they've been so popular. And also when you think about it, right, so this is our creator card dies. Let's just say you're not getting the interchangeable element just here, right? Let's say you're buying that creator card die. That's going to cost you, I would say, £19.99 if we sold that on its own, or $24.95 in dollars. So think about that. For an extra £5 in the UK, or for an extra $8 in the US, you're actually then getting 3 different dies. Because if you were buying 3 different creator card dies like this, you'd be looking at around about £60, but you're not. They're $24.99 or $32.99. So because you're getting a 3-in-1, it means that the value for money is absolutely awesome. This is the Heartfelt frame for all you romantics out there. This is Love You, Sending Lots of Love, and All My Love. We've then got the flowers, or Blumen, if you're in Germany. This is Happy Birthday, Just For You, and Best Wishes, Say It With Flowers. Craig, that tickled Craig, I think. We're going to add that to the Schmetterlings as we go along. This one here is your Trellis frame. I love it. It's Trellis. It's got like a little bit of sort of Moroccan tile-esque element. Or there is part of it reminds me of like the Secret Garden. I don't know why. This is going to give you Celebrate, Thinking of You, and Thank You. And then the last one, last by no means least, is the Elegance, which is an eleganza extravaganza, and it says you're invited, enjoy your special day, and also congratulations as well. I love this one. This one gives you like quite a lot of block aperture behind, so if you are putting things behind it like glitter card, mirror card, matte mirror card, go and have a look in that later show. If you want to get these as a collection, far and away the best way to get the best value, because it should be £100 if you bought it all individually. However, it's £69 if you're in the UK. Club Inspire Platinum members can get it for $55.20 in the UK today. Club Inspire Platinum members, basically, you're buying 2 and we're sending you 4. I know. If you are across in the US, $92. Platinum members can get this for $73.60, which is awesome. Great savings there. Also remember as well, if you want to get them on a 2-4, you can get any 2 for $42.50 or $55. And that's not just across the everyday ones. You can mix and match across both sets. So you could get, you know, one from the Christmas, one from the everyday, a couple of Christmas, a couple of everyday. It's completely up to you. What we like to do is give you a price point for every budget. I think knowing how versatile they are, I know that you're going to love going for the whole collection, but if you do want to get them individually, you have the choice. This one is awesome. This is the Christmas tree. I love this. I think this is going to look fantastic in things like your box lids. You've got Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, and Happy Holidays here. This one here is also awesome. This is Peace on Earth. I love that star design. I think for a smaller sort of 5x5 card, that is going to look absolutely awesome. In fact, great point. If you're batch making as well, you could be doing, Craig, how you buy cards and you buy like boxes of cards, don't you? And you get like 9 or 12.
Yeah.
How awesome if you were batch making just to do these and just do 4 of each. Absolutely. And it could just be really simple, like maybe a white glitter with a red glitter over the top of it or something like that.
Something really, really simple, and it'd be really, really effective. And it's handmade after all.
Absolutely it is. So you get handmade prices, which is awesome. If you do want to make anything to sell, you're more than welcome with pretty much everything we bring you here at Crafters TV and Crafters Companion. This is your snowflake one with Let It Snow, Believe in the Magic and Winter Wishes. And then finally this one here is Deck the Halls, which is awesome. Love this one. The holly with Deck the Halls, you've got 'Tis the Season and Jolly Holidays as well, which is awesome. We've got some viewer images coming in, which is absolutely lovely. We do love it when you send us in pictures of things that you've been making. And I know that a lot of you already own these, which is awesome. So Marina sent us this one. It's a light up box, Craig.
It's a light up box. Wow. Love that one. That's actually just used in the set that I just used a moment ago, but used the actual Deck the Hall sentiment. Look at that, goes to show as well. It doesn't just have to be cards, think about your projects as well.
Absolutely. Marina's knocked herself out with the light up boxes as well. She's been making loads, she's on a roll, Craig.
I know, look at that one.
Love that.
Again, so it's same kind of idea, same concept, in with the box, but using the snowflake and then the Let It Snow. But then this is where, there's another 2 sentiments that you could be using instead if you want.
Absolutely. Peter's been very busy. What is this card style called, Craig? Can you remember? I've seen Sarah make one recently, actually. Is it called a star card?
It's a star card, isn't it? Is it a star? Yeah, I think it's star something or other.
Yeah, they're really effective, aren't they?
They really are, and that's really good. And I think, as you can see just there, used all the different actual background dyes within the set.
Now, I said I was big with the animals, didn't I, Craig?
You
I am the
indeed.
Dr. Dolittle of Crafters TV. Check this out. My cat Ruby loves to watch Joe on Crafters TV. Whenever she hears his voice, she comes running. Today we're watching Cartload with Joe and Debbie, and apparently my arm has become a cushion so she can watch Joe in comfort. How awesome is that? I believe it was Tracy that sent me that picture on social media in the week. So, yeah, I'll be opening a menagerie at this rate, Craig.
What a lovely way to just sit and watch Crafters TV. You can't move for a good reason because you've got the cat just cuddling into you as well. I love that. It's really nice.
And
so good seeing these pictures like that.
You're big with the dogs as well, aren't you, Craig? Because you had a Chihuahua that loves watching you. We had a picture last week of you being watched by a Chihuahua. So yeah, we're international. Across all different. We're a bit of everything here at Crafters TV. Imkando, Linda Muck on YouTube says, what is the card size of that last card that you made? I'm pretty sure I pronounced that name wrong, but we'll just gloss over it, Craig.
So it was 7x7. It was a 7x7 card.
7x7, awesome. Yep. April says she is obsessed with making bows on the Ultimate. Eleanor, she's levelled up her Crafters TV experience, Craig. She's got us on the big TV. If you've not had us on the big TV before, honestly, if you've got us... What a time to be alive, right? Get yourself, you've got a smart TV, click onto YouTube on your smart TV home and bring up Crafters Companion, search Crafters TV, and you can watch us there live. And you can chat along on your phone or your iPad as well at the same time. It's a whole new world. Jane saying thank you for that ribbon demo. Debbie says buy them all, they are awesome and so many options every single day. And Teresa says great idea, Joe. I think I'll batch make some of these cards today, maybe during the next show, which is awesome. Maybe Craig can do a random Facebook Live, someone suggests, and show us at some point how we do a demo on the light up box, please. There you are.
There's a good idea. That could be maybe something that we can look at doing, absolutely. Yeah, because then it would be maybe good for something around the Christmas table, the dining table at Christmas time, even fill it with other things other than lights.
I know that you're very particular about your Christmas tree, Craig. We can't get onto it. It's a very divisive matter. What's your table decorations like, Craig? Do you get involved on with the Christmas table decorations?
Funny enough, I didn't last year. Last year was my first Christmas in my house, so I didn't actually decorate my kitchen table Christmas theme-wise. However, just on a message in the office, Laura Arlo, who worked quite high up at Crafters Companion, we were messaging about Christmas, and she was on about decorating her Christmas table, and I said, you know, that's something that I need to do this year as well. So not only just my living room and upstairs and downstairs and everywhere else, I need to do my Christmas table. So that's a decoration theme that I need to have a think of.
Absolutely. I mean, thinking about a Christmas wreath as well, getting a Christmas wreath this year, Craig. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is how do you hang it on the door without it sort of scratching the door and marking the door?
You get these hooks nowadays, don't you? These really, really good hooks.
A hook?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about like the thorns. I don't know why I inverted commas thorns. They are actual thorns. I'm worried about those like scratching the door from the outside.
Would you just not turn the thorns the other way round, you know, so that they're just going to be facing outwards?
I guess so. Yeah, I've got a very dark grey metal door in my apartment, so I'm thinking if it scratches, it will. It won't look great.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a conversation for another day on our own time. Susie says I'm only 112 points away from platinum. Go you, Susie. Right, what would you like to share with us next, Craig?
So what we're going to do is we're going to stay with the Christmas selection. However, not only we're not going to make a card, we're going to make a project, and we're going to make it not Christmas themed. So we want to. Actually, tell you what, we'll show you. Oh, let's go for it. Let's go. There we go. We're going to make a calendar for this one here. So we're going to use the Christmas set here, and we're actually even just going to use the little calendar set that comes with, funny enough, it's called calendar. So if you've got your little organiser set, then you'll be able to use that one as well. Reason I thought I would come up with this, because at New Year, certainly in Scotland, the first after New Year, anyone that crosses kind of like the doorstop, the threshold of the house, you tend to give a gift, and usually it tends to be a calendar. So that's why I thought, well, this one could be a nice gift, and also it's someone or something that you can give to someone as you go into their house on the 1st or 2nd of January. So what I'm doing with this one is I've just taken a piece of our white smooth cardstock, which is 5 3/4, and I have popped double-sided adhesive sheeting on the back. And then we're just going to bring in our star die. So we're using the interchangeable star frame. So we're just going to use the actual background to start with. So in actual fact, on this one, we're not using any of the sentiments for this one. So again, this is where it shows that it can be used for anything other than just Christmas. So we're just going to tape it down. So we're going to just kind of centralise it within the middle, and we're just going to lay that over there, and we're just going to pop a bit of tape on. But because I've got the layers, because you've got some detail and we've got the double-sided adhesive on the back, I'm also just going to pop my metal shim in as well. So
Craig, do you remember people sending New Year's cards? I always remember my mum sending them, but I think she only sent them to people that she forgot to send Christmas cards to, that had then sent her a Christmas card. She'd send them a Happy New Year card.
I've never actually heard of sending New Year cards, no.
I haven't seen it for ages.
Christmas cards, yeah. If I ever forget to send a Christmas card, if it ever comes up in the subject during the year, I always just blame the post and say it must have got lost. I sent you a card, definitely sent you a card.
Yeah. I didn't send it to you, but I sent you one.
Didn't say it was to you. Absolutely, yeah. Making excuses.
I feel like with cards, right, I feel like we're going, not full circle again, Craig, but I feel like sending cards is a bit like books. You know, like we all read books, didn't we? For hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years, we all read books and we were happy with that. Then Kindle came along, didn't it?
Yes,
and it was the best thing since sliced bread. Everyone got rid of their books. They bought a Kindle. It lasts for like 2 or 3 years, and now everyone's gone back to reading books again. Because I think there's just something about it, isn't there? And I think for a long time, you know, we always sent Christmas cards. And I think for a little bit, there was a little spell, wasn't there, for maybe 4 or 5 years, where the sort of trend was moving away from that, and some people did charitable donations, which is lovely. I think it's always great if you're donating to charities, that's wonderful. But I definitely feel like now we're going back towards the personal touch of actually, you know, handwriting someone a Christmas card and actually sending it to them. I think it's becoming popular again, which is really lovely. And Laura in the gallery is just saying it's a lot like, you know, vinyl. You know, people stopped buying vinyl and CDs and cassettes and started buying their music digitally, but now sort of going back to it again. So I think it is really lovely, especially if it's a handwritten Christmas card. There's nothing lovelier than receiving a beautiful card at any time of the year, but especially at Christmas.
It's really nice. And I totally agree. And this year, I think, of all years, this is when so many people are going back to hand making a card, whether it's hand making it and writing it, or even just buying some, sending them out, just to say to people that you're thinking of them, they hope that you're doing okay, because obviously the year that we've had and still having. So it's nice just to go back to that way of sending cards out to people.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely an appetite at the moment, Craig, to buy local, shop locally,
Yes.
not buy sort of mass-produced stuff from massive, huge corporations. But, so on that vein, I think handmade is having a real resurgence as well. So, people that do make greetings cards or Christmas cards to sell, whether you do that face-to-face when you can or online, maybe you've got an Etsy store, all these different places, it all seems like it's having a real resurgence again at the moment. I will certainly be buying handmade Christmas cards this year, and previous years I've bought printed ones usually, but this year I'm definitely going to commit to buying handmade ones.
Absolutely. Yeah, it just gives it that extra little bit of thought, where you've not only just gone out, but you've sat down and handwritten them. Just makes it more special. But all that I just done with that one as you were watching me is I just popped all the little bits out, just using my little die brush tool, and then I just popped the little extra bits out using my pokey tool. So I'm just going to pop that one to the side. I've just got a little bit of adhesive on the top that we're just going to just take off. And then also from one of our paper pads, I think it was the sunflower one, I've just taken another piece of cardstock. This one, it doesn't need to be a specific size, as long as it's kind of fits the actual background die, because what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to die cut this again. Now what I do need to do is I tell you what, actually, I think, what I'm going to do is the set that I'm using just now is my set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow Tracy's set, just because we can see we've got all these little bits to come out. Now you can use your die tool, but obviously for the sake of the show we don't have time to take all these little bits out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow the studio set. And what I'm also going to, as you can tell, because I've got double-sided adhesive on the back of the sheet, look, it's all sticking to my hand.
There's a lot of chatter in the comments about sending Christmas cards, Craig. So what I want to know, how many Christmas cards do you send? Let us know in the comments.
That would be interesting to know, yeah.
Maybe later I'll tell you about my uncle's very, very strange Christmas card, three strikes on your out policy, Craig. It's not that interesting a story. I'm bigging it up. You'll be really disappointed later.
I want to know more about that, actually. I'm intrigued.
My auntie and uncle honestly send and receive hundreds and hundreds of Christmas cards, Craig.
Okay.
Everyone that writes them a Christmas card that they receive one from, they write it in a book. They write their name in a book, in the Christmas card book. If you don't send them a Christmas card, they basically go through the book, and if you didn't send them a Christmas card, you don't get a mark next to your name, so that's one strike. If you get 3 strikes, that's it, you're off the Christmas card list. It's a very, very well planned out system, but they get hundreds and hundreds of cards.
I can understand that. Before, when I worked in retail, each year I used to give everyone that I worked with a card. But then sometimes what we do is, now I'm not being sexist or that, but it always seemed to be the guys, what they always used to do is just leave them lying about in the changing rooms.
What, their Christmas cards?
Christmas
How
cards
rude.
that I had actually sat and handmade for them. So what I used to do is each year then I just knocked them off my list.
Yeah.
And I thought, if you're not going to appreciate a handmade card and just chuck it in the changing rooms and leave them, you're not getting one again. So kind of similar.
Yeah.
I kind of done the same way. I thought, I'm not wasting my time sitting, making, handwriting for you to do that. So that was it.
Absolutely not. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Craig. A lot of people talking about New Year's cards, though, Craig. Molly says, I used to send New Year's cards because I didn't have time to get them out by Christmas. That is a good one. Mary says, I've received New Year cards from people who didn't make the Christmas card deadline. One year a friend sent out St. Patrick's Day cards because she missed Christmas. When is St. Patrick's Day? March. Yeah, I was thinking it's quite late in. This is a great one as well. Crafty AJ says, I live in a very multicultural area, so lots of my neighbours don't celebrate Christmas. Therefore, I always send New Year's cards so everyone can be part of the seasonal excitement.
That's
Isn't that
really
lovely?
nice. That's really nice.
Teresa says, well, I send about 50 cards each year. This year, maybe a few more. Ray says she sends about 75. She makes about 75. She only sends about 10. She hands delivers the rest. Betsy sends about 60 cards. Do you not remember, though? I feel like the postal service has got a bit more efficient over the years, Craig. Because don't you remember the last day for posting your cards used to be something like the 6th of December?
Yeah.
Or it was really early, wasn't it? And for second class, it was like the end of November. Whereas now, I think it's about the 19th, 18th, 19th you can send them out until. So I guess back then, I'm just rambling now, so forgive me. But I guess back then it was before email was popular. So I guess everyone was sending everything by post. Everything was going by post. As producer Laura just said, now it's just bills. Yeah, just bills and Christmas cards, that's it.
Or leaflets.
Oh, leaflets.
Lots of leaflets.
So many leaflets, Craig. So, do you guys in the US have this? Like leaflets for everything, honestly. Thankfully, where I've just moved to, the post boxes, Craig, are within the building, so you have to buzz to get in to then put anything in the post box. And they can't get to my post box to put all of the leaflets in for the pizza joints and stuff. But apparently, in time, they'll work out how to get in. I hope not. There's like 2 gates, so fingers crossed it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it won't be long. They'll soon suss out how they're able to do that and get all the leaflets into you. That's for sure. It'll be interesting.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Jeffrey says he sends 64 Christmas cards. Very specific, Jeffrey. 64 Christmas cards. Crafty Girl says she'll send out around 80 cards this year. I sent out a surprise round of Halloween cards and it really lifted my friends' spirits. Friends were so surprised that they posted pictures on Facebook. How awesome is that? Do you know what else, Craig, as well? Definitely things like Halloween where you don't expect to receive a card. Isn't it nice just to get a just because card? Have you ever had one of those? Someone goes, I was just thinking of you, or I saw this card, and or it could be a postcard, maybe not even a greetings card, but I just think it's lovely.
It's nice, and I think that's one of the things where I know sometimes social media can get a bad rap, but sometimes, for instance, my friend a couple of weeks ago, just seeing that I was going through, just, you know when you go through spells of just feeling, like everyone is at the moment, you get fed up at times and that, and my friend, she just sent me a nice card with a little gift just to say, just want to make you smile, and it's nice. The good thing with social media, just so that you can kind of keep an eye on your friends and family, and then when needed, you can just send them a thinking of you card. It's enough to make you smile.
It's really, really lovely. And also I think presents can be like that. I don't really, apart from my immediate family, obviously we have gifts, we buy gifts for each other for birthdays and Christmases. But most of my friends, Craig, there's not really any enforced gift giving, but it's so nice when you just see something for someone and just get it for them just because, you knew they would absolutely love it, rather than having that pressure to maybe gift something at certain times of the year. That looks looking awesome.
I love doing that as well. It's nice if you see something that's suitable for someone. But all that I was just doing with that, George, you'll have been able to see, I just die cut that background again, just in this yellow card. But then what I've done is I actually picked out certain areas. So what would have been the waste, I've actually kept them, and then just using my tacky glue, just within the little actual nozzle, I've just popped them back into place. So this is what paper piecing is, just where we're piecing the papers back in. So that's the one that I've just done there. Then this one is one that I'd already done, and I've just popped a little few extra bits. Again, you've got little dots that you could be using as little accents. So then what I can do is, let's take these little bits out of the way. Now I've just brought in a piece of 8x8 cardstock. Again, this is our white smooth cardstock. And then I've also, just reaching over, I've just brought in just some ribbon as well. You could use any different kind of ribbon that you've got at home. And then all that I'm going to do is, using my double-sided tape, you could be using your tape runner if you want, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to create just a bit of a loop. So I've just popped my tape along the top, and then all that I'm going to do is attach this. Now you can make this more precise if you want to actually measure it up, but I'm just going to pop just a bit of a loop so that you're able to create sort of like a hanging part. So we're just going to pop that one there, and then let's just snip that excess off. And then I've also just brought in another piece of white smooth cardstock that's slightly smaller. That's going to sandwich it, and that's going to hide the actual workings of your ribbon. So I'm just going to take my tape off, and I've put an extra few lines of tape at the top here, just so it's really going to secure your actual ribbon. What you can also do if you wanted to is just add a few bits of glue gel just at the bottom of the ribbon. So what that will do is that will soak into your cardstock and your ribbon, and that will make it extra, extra tough. So we're just pressing that into place. Now there, that creates the sandwich part of your ribbon, and then that's going to enable it to hang. So that's that one, good to go. So let's just bring in our matching layer. So this is just actually a piece of tartan paper, plaid paper that was in a previous hunky-dory, adorable, scoreable set. So you can use any type of cardstock that you want. And of course we have just popped foam pads on the back. Because we're going to be hanging it up, I think it's quite good to add extra height and dimension. So we're just going to pop these ones on. We don't have foam pads on this show, but we do have them on Craft House later on. So we've just done a bit of matting and layering with our guillotine. So we can now just bring this one back into place that we've done the paper piece in. So I've got my tape into place, so we can just start to take these ones off. So we're just going to go all the way round, peeling these ones off.
Betsy's been back in touch, Craig. She says that she sends hello cards to friends and co-workers every 2 weeks because she's working from home. She misses all of her work friends. How sweet
that's
is that?
really nice.
How
That's
gorgeous.
really nice.
And Lynette Leonard says she sends out around 100 cards, and she actually received her first Christmas card of the year yesterday in the post. Someone is super organised out there that's already got those Christmas cards out.
So good just to get so organised, isn't it?
How long does it take? Because obviously we have like first class mail, don't we? So in the UK, pretty much anywhere in the UK, I think, unless it's like, you know, the very north of Scotland or maybe Northern Ireland, pretty much you can post it today and it arrives tomorrow. But surely in the States that's not the case. If I lived in like New Hampshire or Connecticut and I was posting something to someone in California, how long does it take to get there?
I'm not sure actually. That's a good point, isn't it?
I'm waiting for an answer from our resident American in the gallery.
I know,
but
American in that, yeah.
a couple of days. That's pretty quick.
That is
I mean, that is a long way, isn't it?
That's really quick, yeah. To be fair, actually, you know, you can even send some post within the mail staying in the UK and it can take longer than that.
Oh, Craig. Yeah. Some of our delivery services here in the UK, some of the ones that if you order stuff on, some of them they're none of the ones that we use, thankfully, I'll assure you. But one of them, Craig, they delivered it. I ordered a new vacuum cleaner and they delivered it, Craig, to the wrong building. Not even to the same building, to a different building. They just left it in the reception in a building like 4 blocks over.
Just
left it there. And then they didn't even get a signature. They just sent me a picture of this box on the side in a building that I've never seen before. It took me days to track it down. Days it took me. I was on the resident societies. I was on the local neighbourhood watch posting pictures. Days. Thankfully, some kind Samaritan rescued it from their reception area and I went and picked it up.
Imagine that.
Joe and the wild vacuum chase.
Yeah. That would have been good to see. That would have been really, really good to see. Look at that one. So we've now just created our own calendar just there using our actual calendar set. And what I've done, the good thing with these ones, these are still available on the website, but these actually enable you to make them up to 2022. So we've even got the months and we've got the years. So what I've done with that one is I just stamped out the actual, this is for January. Now you can make several of them for throughout next year and just chop and change them. So we've just done a bit of matting and layering using the same cardstock. And then what I've also done is using the little sentiments, we've just also started, it's hard to see just there, we've got January and then we've also done 2021. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to pop these ones on. So I'm just going to bring in these sentiments as well. So these I just die cut and popped out using some alphabet dies that I've got at home. So I'm just going to pop these ones on. You can of course pop anything you like, but I just thought it was good, you know, for the start of the year, it's a star effect, you know, do something like reach for the stars. You can do that, although I can't say that without thinking of Buzz Lightyear. But he's reach for the stars, reach for the skies.
Whereas he says to infinity
and beyond. Yeah, you could do that as well if you wanted to.
I remember as a kid going to see the first Toy Story film in the cinema, Craig, and remember just being blown away because it was the first film that had gone from like cartoon to like digital animation.
Well, it was the first one that Disney and Pixar had got together,
it was the
wasn't
first
it?
one that I ever saw that looked real life. And as a kid at the cinema, I just remember it just being the most unbelievable thing. I don't know how old I was. I was maybe only about 9, I guess, 8 or 9, something like that. It was amazing. I was obsessed with that. And now as an adult, I love all of them. I rewatched them all pretty recently.
I've never seen the relatively new Toy Story, the fourth one.
They're
never
all
seen
awesome.
That one.
They're
Apparently
also
I'll cry.
sad, Craig. Yeah, it's really sad, the last one.
Well, I'll definitely cry then.
Laura in the gallery said she was definitely crying behind her 3D glasses at the cinema when she went to see it.
Okay, I'll maybe leave that for another day to watch. You know, one of those days where you're just feeling bummed and you want to cry. There we go. Not that happens often, you know. I don't want to actually cry very often, you know.
Suddenly the show's turned into an Adele album all of a sudden. I know what happened. That looks gorgeous, Craig.
There we go. So yeah, so we've used the actual star interchangeable die, but in this one we've not actually used any of the sentiments. We've created an actual calendar, so it goes to show mixing and matching. Christmas doesn't just have to be for the Christmas style. Do something a bit different as well. Could be a good gift to give to someone at New Year.
Yeah, absolutely, and really lovely if you're especially making something to give to someone. A really lovely thing to do. The lovely Sarah Brown from Melbourne's been in touch. Melbourne is off of lockdown. I hope you are enjoying your newfound freedom, Sarah. She sent us in some gorgeous finished samples. Joy to the world there. That looks awesome. She's also sent us in some stuff from the Nativity collection. I think, mix and matching here, Craig.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, so whether it's the toppers that come within the paper pad, or of course you've got some scenes with your dies and stamps, incorporate them.
Absolutely gorgeous. Rose has been busy as well. She's incorporated some schmetterlings into this next one, which you wouldn't necessarily think they went, but it works beautifully.
That works really, really well. Just die cutting straight into your card, adding a bit of pattern paper on the back, and a butterfly.
And also, Rose sent us this one. I love the colour combos there. I love how, Craig, she's done the die cut element in the green with the gold behind and then done it in the gold on the top. It just is so clever, isn't it?
Exactly, that's it. You know, start really simple with them and then go all out, mixing and matching and changing and incorporating.
And also, keeping it simple with these collections works so effectively. Check that out, because what's that there? I'm guessing, Craig, then that's just a little bit of cardstock behind and just the panel cut out and placed over the top. That's it. But how effective?
So effective, isn't it? And that really is a simple for them, but it looks really, really effective.
Absolutely gorgeous. Please keep sending us in your pictures. We love receiving them. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. I'd love to see. I know so many of you own both these collections. They were so popular when we launched them. I want to share with you a couple of bits that are proving really busy with the correct pricing. $4.99, $9.95 will get you the Gemini die brush tool and foam pad. If you are not a fan of the poking out, this tool is your friend. It really, really is. And then also our hero adhesives. We've got our Crafts Companion Extra Strong Glue Tape Pen, Dotty, $4.99 or $6.95 if you want to get that. That's good for your really intricate die cut elements. We also have the permanent one as well, which the permanent one, I mean, it's a revelation. $3.99 or $5.95. You get over 20 meters on there, which is awesome. And also the tape in the adhesive in our tape pens is so much stronger than other brands that you'll find out there on the market. Right, everything that you buy from us here at Crafted Companion, of course, gets you Club Inspire points, and Club Inspire points make discounts. Here's Sarah to tell you all about it. Intricate die cut elements. We also have the permanent one. You got over 20 meters. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Some little gremlins in the system. Shall I tell you about Club Inspire? Shall I do that? Okay, so Club Inspire is a club. It's totally free to join, right? When you join, if you're a new customer as well, when you join, you get 20% off your first order and you get 250 bonus points. That means you go straight into bronze. Get to silver, you'll get 500, that's 500 points. So spend £500, $500, give you 500 points. You'll get 10% off all of your orders, which is awesome. If you get to gold, which is 750 points, you receive 15% off all of your orders. And if you get to platinum, which is 1,500 points, you get 20% off all of your orders as well. There's some added benefits in there as well. I'll play that VT hopefully for you a little bit later in the show. Craig is morphing into me as we go through this show, it would appear. It's like a before and after. It's like The Biggest Loser, look. We've literally come dressed the same today.
We have. Look, we've got kind of like the same tan and everything.
I know. We are the Ant and Dec of Crafters TV. That's what we are.
But indeed. I'm Dec.
I don't know which one I am. The short one.
I don't know who's got the bigger forehead. Who could be Ant?
Oh, I don't know. Mine's pretty massive, so
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows indeed. That's hilarious. I love that. Loads of you still chatting away with us as well. Jeffrey says, Craig, thanks for the tip on the 3D glue to strengthen card. Great tip. Rosalind says, the negative makes great stencils. I keep mine that are in good condition. Great idea there, Rosalind. Deborah says, OMG, I just figured out how to get you on the big 55-inch TV. I'm so excited. I've been watching you on my iPad. Hi, guys. Hi, Deborah. Can you imagine? Yeah, I always think on a previous channel I worked on, sometimes we'd sell kitchen things, and like you'd be eating, and they'd do like an extreme close-up on you eating, and I always just think, gosh, imagine someone's got a 60-inch TV and all they get is like that of me just, you know, chewing away on something. Not nice, is it? Not nice at all. But it is lovely to get us on the big TV. If you've got us on the big TV, let us know. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's do a bit of a survey, Craig. Let's do a little bit of a straw poll, okay? In the comments, let me know how you're watching us. Are you watching us on your phone, on your iPad? Are you watching us on the TV, on a laptop? Let me know how you're watching us. Either do it on Facebook or on YouTube. Drop in the comments. Just let me know. We do a bit of a straw poll. I'm going to guess, Craig, most people are watching us on their iPad. What do you think? I'm
going to say iPad as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We'll see how we get on. Teresa says, you really look like twins. Yeah, very funny. We must coordinate. Maybe that could be our thing when we work together, Craig. We should coordinate our outfits.
I think so.
And we could, you know, always make sure we're dressed in the same colour. We do own a lot of very similar coloured shirts, so I think we could make it happen. I really, really do.
Yeah, I do as well. I think so. I think we need to give each other a text the night before and just say, right,
yeah, maybe we could get like proper matching Christmas jumpers, Craig, for Christmas.
Great.
For Christmas jumper day, we'd get matching. Yeah. Oh, let's do it. Okay, I'm on it, right? I'll look for the best one I can find. Well, when the shops. We might have to wait until, we'll do it in mid-December.
Yeah.
Because the shops don't open here until the 2nd of December. So once they reopen, we'll get out there and we'll find it. Right, we'll make it happen. I want to remind you of the Festive collection because that is your favourite at the moment. And I love it. I think it's really striking. And as we were saying, birthdays, I guess, are one of those things. You make birthday cards, they're slow and steady, aren't they, through the year, birthdays. Whereas Christmas is, you've got to make all the cards at once. That's why if you're batch making, these are so awesome because you can theme your cards and you can send cards that look very similar but are not the same. And I think that is always lovely. You've got the tree in here with 3 different sentiments there for you. So Merry Christmas, season greetings and Happy Holidays. You've then got the star in here as well. I just think that is... There's so much, what's it called on a picture, Craig? You know, it has the little lines that make it appear like it's moving. There's a special word, isn't there, in like drawing and comic books and stuff. You know, it's got like lines. This looks like it's exploding to me, this star. I think it's got so much like movement in the artwork. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I can't think of what it's called, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Someone will let us know in the comments.
Lines, yeah.
But you get those 3 awesome sentiments again in there: Star of Wonder, Joy to the World, and Peace on Earth. Then you've got the Snowflake. Love this one. The Ice Queen cometh here, Craig. Let it snow. Believe in the magic and also winter wishes. And then finally, Deck the Halls. And here you've got Jolly Holiday as well as Deck the Halls. 'Tis the Season as well are your 3 different sentiments in there, which is awesome. We're going to talk next about that every day. These ones here. It's in a song. I don't think what the song is, and they sing that lyric over and over again. It's one of these modern songs. I don't know who sings them. Right, let me take you through the everyday ones. The everyday ones. This is the interchangeable elegant frame that you've got here, and this is your invited. Enjoy your special day. Congratulations on that one. This next one here, this is your Heartfelt, that gorgeous love heart there with love you, sending lots of love and all my love. This one here, this is your flower frame, and this gives you happy birthday just for you and best wishes And then also you've got the Trellis here as well. I love this one. I think it's awesome. Celebrate thinking of you and thank you as well. 4 different dies in here, but really giving you 12 different die cuts or finished projects or styles if you want to. If you're going for the everyday ones, £69 or $92. Club Inspire Platinum members can get it for $55.20 or $73.60. Now they're available on their own. However, they're $24.99 or $32.99 individually. That applies to both collections, by the way. Both of them, though, are available on a mix and match. You can get any 2 across both collections for £42.50 or $55, which is awesome. As that would be like, what, 2 for $49.50 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member, which is absolutely fantastic. Loads of people letting us know, Craig, how they're watching us, which is awesome. Christine Mahoney, she got us on the iPad. She's getting ready for work. Does Christine Mahoney work in a casino? Have I made that up?
I think she does.
I think she does, yeah. Karen says she's got us on the Facebook via the iPad. At work, Karen, you minx. April as well has got us on the 50-inch TV. Wow. I'm watching on my mobile phone in bed at 3 a.m. and again at 6 a.m. while my hubby is sleeping next to me. 3 a.m. Gina, where are you? So do you think Gina's in Hawaii?
Must be somewhere.
She must
like
be. So
that.
it's 2 hours earlier than West Coast time. It must be Hawaii or Fiji or somewhere. I don't know. Who knows? Do you know what, Gina? Let me know. Gina Ortiguero. I'd love to know where exactly you're watching us from. Gillian says I'm always watching CCTV on my big TV, putting an order in on my phone. And Bonnie says I watch on my husband's big TV, but I use my iPad to comment. That is a good trick right there. Right, keep letting me know how you watch us. I'd love to know. So at the moment, Craig, we are iPad, phone, TV. It's a draw at the moment. No, TV's in the lead at the moment. The big telly is winning. So let us know how you watch us. Big telly.
Big telly.
As in TV, large TV. That's what we mean by that. Right, Craig, over to you. Save me.
Right here, we're going to use the Interchangeable, the Trellis this time. We're going to do a bit of a different style. We're going to do an easel card. So what we're going to do with this one is I've just taken some craft card, 6x6, and then what I've just done is just folded that one over half. So you can see we've got our easel effect card just there. So what we're going to do for this one then is we're just going to open it up. So we're then just going to bring in just the die on its own, and we're going to pop this one into the middle. And then what we're also going to do is we're also going to bring in the thinking of you sentiment. So that's going to go that way. I'd also just say one of them, celebrate, is also one that's horizontal. So this one's vertical in that sentiment, whereas that one's vertical, so you can have it that way if you wanted to. So a couple of different ways. So what we're going to do is tape and secure all this down. And again, because we've got a lot of detail within these ones, I do like to just add my metal shim into place. And then what I'm also just going to do is I'm going to die cut the sentiment at the same time. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you want to do them separately, then you can do. But as I always say, because our low tack tape is so good, I'm more than comfortable and confident enough that if I tape this down, it's going to stay in place. It's not going to move, and therefore, what that means is it's not going to damage the die. So just to explain that a wee bit more, just for anyone that's just thinking, what do you mean, Craig? So if I was to run that one through, if that die was to jump on top of each other and then go through, we can potentially, we could just damage it just by squashing it. So we don't want to do that. So just making sure that I've just taped that down just perfectly, securely and in place. So we've got as the tape curls up. So let's just line that up again. So we're just going to hold that into place, and then I'm just going to make just one more bit of tape again just to secure it, and then we're just going to run this one through. Base plate, I've got my metal, and then just our plastic, our magnetic, and then our top plate. So if you are just joining in then, of course these are going to go through your junior, depending on the size of card blank that you're using. They will of course go through your large Gemini. They will go through your MIDI, as you guys stateside are starting to get, and here in the UK it launches very soon. But these little sentiments, these will go on their own through the Mini as well as the Go. So a lot of different options that you can be using. So then what we can just do is just carefully just peel in all these bits off. And then if I take that one off, bringing in our tool and also our mat, we're just going to take all of these wee bits out. So we're just going to just pop these out. Again, another good piece to actually use for your shaker elements. So don't throw them away, pop them in an envelope or pop them in just a little container.
Gina's been back in touch, Craig. She is watching in Hawaii. What a great guess.
What a good guess.
Laura is watching us on YouTube, but she's watching us on TVs all over the house.
That's
so I love
great.
the idea that Laura puts all the TVs on in the house and has us on, and then wherever she goes in the house, we're there with her. She says, you just can't be confined to one room. I love you guys. Absolutely not. You make your own rules, Laura. That's what I say. Sarah says, well, she's watching us on her phone in bed at midnight. Then if I'm still awake at 3 a.m, she says, she will watch us again later. I think we need to work on our... We need to work on the clocks. I feel like we've got a bit of a clock issue with Melbourne at the moment. I'm going to investigate, Craig, and I'll let you know, okay?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, something not right with that one, is there? I think... Is it out? Is it, or is it the wrong
I think it's an
time,
hour
or
out.
An hour out.
Because I think what happens is we move out. So basically, in Melbourne, you're either 9 hours apart. In our summertime, Craig, we're 9 hours apart.
That's
but then
right.
in our wintertime, we're 11 hours apart. Because the clocks, they have daylight saving, and our daylight saving moves further away from each other.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I know, see, that's
How
like, you just
confusing.
throw a clock change in, it just blows everything out, doesn't it? Really, really does.
Right.
So this one's just die cutting at the moment. So with that one there, is all the bits have come out. Then for this one here, just on a bit of blue cardstock, again, I think this is from the pastel tone of our 12 by 12. We've then also included this outside die. So what that does is that's then going to cut it out of our cardstock. So we're just going to take all these out, same layer, so we had the actual trellis as well as the sentiment. So we're just going to bring our tool back in, and we're just going to take all of these bits out. So if we just take all of them out, they just poke out and they just fall out just nicely. And then we're just going to take our actual pokey tool. We're just going to pop all these little last wee bits out, and we're just going to finish off just there. So if these ones come out just like so, I think that is about it. So there we go. So that now gives us our actual sentiment as well, where it comes in the actual trellis. So we've got that one, nice, very bright, vibrant in that one. So what we can do is let's take these bits out of the way. I'll tidy all of these up later on. And then what I've also just done is I've just taken a piece of patterned paper. So this is from Sarah's vintage lace collection, and I've just trimmed that one down to 5.5 inches. So then what I'm doing is I'm just bringing in my blending tool. I know we've got these on the show as well. And I'm just bringing in a bit of Friar Brown, water reactive, and then I'm just going to add a bit of extra brown all the way around. Just
awesome.
Like that.
Right, I've been on the case, Craig. The clock is right. I think what Sarah was saying is the show starts at midnight in Melbourne, which is what it is. So it is now... Okay. Correct. It is now, 13 minutes past 1 o'clock in the morning in Melbourne. I love that. Like, it's like we go full circle, isn't it? Because the second show starts at 3 a.m. for Sarah in Melbourne. And then in Hawaii, people are like starting watching us at 5 o'clock in the morning, but like on the next day. It's like a totally different day.
It's so strange.
I mean, it's like
so strange.
Because apparently Sydney, the time difference between Sydney, which is where I was for New Year, and New York is something like 15 hours. And in my head, I couldn't compute the fact that it could be more than 12 hours time difference anywhere.
It's like it could be on to the next day, except the day hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, but
here.
15 hours time difference.
15 hours.
Bonkers. We're
Absolutely.
in the future. Are we in the future? No, Melbourne's in the future. We're in the future for our US viewers, though.
But yeah.
This all makes my head hurt, Craig. We're going to have to move on. Diane says that she's asking Santa for a smart TV for her room so she can watch large scale. Great idea. I just got a new 50 inch TV, so 45 inch, I can't remember. But I've been watching crafted TV at home on the big telly for the first time. Game changer, Craig.
It's such a game changer. It's so much clearer as well, isn't it, when
Yes,
it comes to being on the TV?
And everything's so massive. Crafting with Quilling Lady on YouTube says, I always watch CCTV on my PC. There you are, keeping it real, Crafting with Quilling Lady on the PC there.
Suppose, yeah, because we've got laptops and that as well that, you know, you can be watching on.
I watch a lot of TV on my laptop.
Do you? I don't.
Do you not?
No, I do on my iPad occasionally, but no, it's mostly just on my TV.
There's loads of you watching, so let me know how you are watching. There's over 600 of you watching this show live, which is loads. Also, so many of you, more of you, watch these shows back as well after they've been aired. But it's lovely when you watch live and comment away.
It is, isn't it? It's really nice just to see what everyone's saying. For this one here, I've just taken the dotty tape runner, and now the dotty tape runner, if you can only go for one of the actual styles, go for the dotty one when it comes to these dies, because what happens is all the tiny little dots of adhesive just actually go where you want them to go, and that's on the back of the intricate dies. So I just put my adhesive on the back of this bottom panel just here and just placed it over the top, creating a bit of a shadow effect, keeping in mind I didn't put any adhesive on the top there, because then this is what then starts to create your easel effect. So then what I'm just going to do as well, I've just taken just a panel, again it's still a bit of our actual pattern cardstock from the same collection, and then I've also just done a bit of brown craft card. So let me just get some pads, and then we're just going to lift this one up, because this is then going to be the stopper for our actual easel card. So we're going to pop that one on, and then just to finish it off, I've just taken a few die cut flowers, and they can go on as a little accent, so that can go there. So that's then what's going to create the stopper. And then I'm just bringing these ones in. So these flowers came originally from the Gemini Mini or the Gemini Go die set.
Oh, yes.
So just die cut them, popped a gem in the middle again from Hunky Dory, but you'll find on the website.
Those dies that you're talking about were on Cartload on Thursday, Craig.
Oh, were they?
Those might just still be there as well, those ones. Karen says, I say, let's be done with time changing. Let's get rid of it, is what Karen's saying on Facebook. Do you know the EU, Craig, are scrapping daylight saving, but we're leaving before it happens, unfortunately. So Europe's not going to do daylight changing. Arizona, we love you guys for loads of reasons, but also Arizona, they don't change the time in Arizona, I don't believe, as well. There's no daylight saving in Arizona. Don't ask me how I know that, but it's one of those random factoids that's in there. It would be nice to have lighter evenings, wouldn't it, Craig? Just an hour.
Certainly in winter.
Yeah.
But was there not talk a year or so ago about scrapping it here in the UK?
There was, and I think that was around the same time that the EU decided they were going to scrap it. We decided we're going to keep it. Drama llama.
I know, yeah. Always count on a drama here in the UK. But there we go. So there is our card. So we've created that easel aspect. So you just need to go just with your bone folder. So let's just bring that in just to sharpen the edges. And then that's just going to hold the actual layer down. So let's bring that one. And then let's bring that one in. So then that's then just going to hold that one in. We've got that easel effect just there, but it's once it's actually dried and folded down, it will just fit into an envelope, no problem at all. But then there we go, nice bit of mixed craft card with a bit of blue.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I love a bit of blue there with the craft card. Looks absolutely awesome. Now, really busy at across both collections. Remember, you can go for the everyday, or you can go for the Christmas one, or you can mix and match the two of them as well. Something else that a lot of you are going for on the website is this, and it is our Spectrum Noir Essential Ink Pad Essential Tools bundle. Now you get a few lovely bits in here. You're going to get a brayer, which is awesome for doing a whole host of different inky techniques and laying ink down. You're also going to get this one. You're going to get the craft mat. Now this is awesome. You know, like the big glass cutting mats that we have that are really lovely for sort of playing on and doing inky techniques on. They're great if you've got somewhere to put them. This is awesome because it protects your work surface. It gives you a surface that you can do all those awesome techniques on. You then also get some of our blending tools in here. So you're going to get the square blending tools and you get the refill as well. And you've got a great saving on that. 30% is your saving. Blending tool, refill, craft mat, and the brayer in there as well. All for $19.50 or $24. Club Inspire members, 1560 or 1920. Now, if you're new to us and you're not so sure about all the details of Club Inspire, here is the boss to tell you all about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of Club Inspire, which is awesome. Tammy says, no daylight saving in Hawaii, Joe, either. Oh, I mean, let's just add that to the millions of reasons there already were for us to move to Hawaii, Craig. You know, for the beaches and the lays and the dancing. Sarah Brown says, well, in Queensland, they don't have any daylight saving either. Queensland, of course, on the east coast in Australia. Maybe we could move there. And also, it's hot all the year round there, so I think that'd be an awesome place here. Maybe we could relocate Crafters TV to Brisbane. What do you think, Craig? Where it's hot all year round, there's loads of beaches, there's like koalas there and stuff. I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah, absolutely true. You know, and I would like to visit Australia, but I always say if I could relocate anywhere for personal or for work reason, it would have to be New York. To be New York.
I think we could go to New York. Maybe we could just go and broadcast from Christine Mahoney's craft room. It is massive in upstate New York. We just get the train down to Manhattan. I'm sure that'd be nice. Laura is saying that she would prefer the beach. So you go there, Craig. Me and Laura will go to Queensland and then we can just Skype in. How about that? I mean,
Sounds
that's the
good.
way of the world these days, isn't it?
I could be in the middle of Central Park crafting away, in the middle of Times Square crafting away. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, it sounds, I mean, we've gone truly international. Producer Erin, she would like to do it from Italy. So maybe producer Erin can produce from like the Amalfi Coast. Laura can vision mix from Queensland, where I'll be. And then, because we know that I'm not very tech savvy, so it's good that I stay with Laura, I think. And then you can be doing the crafting from New York. Let's make it happen. I feel like a lot of stuff's happened in 2020, so I just wouldn't put it out of the realms of possibility, Craig. I really, really wouldn't. Right. Do you want me to remind you of the Christmas? We were listening to Christmas songs today, I've got to confess. Me and Craig had the Christmas songs pumping this morning. We had Leona Lewis. Do you guys have Leona Lewis in the States? Is she popular over there? Sounds familiar to producer Erin.
Our song Bleed in Love, that was the #1 for like weeks and weeks and
in
weeks.
Australia,
in America.
In America,
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not singing it, it's very, very high. We also had Kelly Clarkson on as well, didn't we? Classic Christmas songs. Well, not classic, but really awesome.
To be fair though, I was humming that, which got stuck in your head. Again, if you've seen my Insta story, you'll have seen I actually called you out on that.
You did indeed.
And Laura actually thought it was me playing the songs, and it
Yeah.
was actually Joe that was playing them.
It was me busting out those Christmas tunes this morning. Right, the Christmas ones. Let me take you through these. Remember that they're all interchangeable. So what you're doing is, see these elements here. These are the removable elements which you can interchange. What I love about them is that there isn't any. You can't see where they're connected. You don't get any pips. It doesn't look like an interchangeable die. It looks like that die was built with that sentiment in it, and so on and so forth when you go through them. So you've got the Christmas tree here, which has got Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings and Happy Holidays. You've got the star, which has got Star of Wonder, Joy to the World and Peace on Earth. This one's a snowflake. The snowflake on its own is one of the most popular, actually, with that Christmas tree, which doesn't surprise me. The snowflake's got Let It Snow, Believe in the Magic, and also Winter Wishes. And then this one here is your holly, and that's got Deck the Halls, 'Tis the Season, and Jolly Holidays. You can, of course, use the panel element without the sentiment, and you can use the sentiment on its own as well. So you've got loads of different ways of using these, which is fantastic. Right, let's do the everyday ones as well, which are just down here. Let's go through these. These are beautiful. This is your interchangeable elegant frame. This is your invited. Congratulations, and on your special day. I like this particular one because you've got a lot of aperture, so you could really play around with what you've got behind it. Maybe you want to do like a stained glass window technique behind there. Think about using glitter card and a whole host of different things. This one here is a heartfelt frame. This has got love you, sending lots of love, and all my love as well. This one here is your floral flame, or the flower frame. That's happy birthday, just for you, and best wishes. And then finally this one, your interchangeable trellis frame, which has got celebrate, thinking of you, and thank you. £69, $92 if you want to grab those. Club Inspire Platinum members get this for $55.20 or $73.60. Now, they're all available individually, $24.99, $32.99, depending where you're shopping. Don't get them in that configuration, though. Get them on the 2-4, because you can mix and match across both collections, and you can get any two for $42.50 or $55, which is absolutely awesome. So do grab those. Keep letting me know how you're watching. There's a lot of love for the idea of us two going on tour, Craig. Do you not? What would we call our tour?
What would it
be called? What would our tour be called if we went on tour?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's evolving on the socials.
Yeah.
To Joe, and we're going like on an actual tour now. Apparently, it could be Crafters TV Roadshow instead of Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
One viewer has said that's an awesome idea. I feel it'll be like Laird and Rembrance's Rockin' Rollin' Tour or something like that. I don't know. I feel it's going to have a snazzy name. Maybe a bit of a play on words as well. Yeah. Who knows? Melissa says Swivel Hips Joe and Scotty Hotty Craig live in Hawaii. That could be one of the stops that we could go on. Keep getting them into us. I love it when you send us these kind of suggestions. It always does really make me laugh. But yeah, I would love to go. Some friends of mine at the moment, Craig, they were living in Connecticut and they're moving to San Francisco, and they took 64 days to themselves between leaving Connecticut and arriving in San Francisco, where they're going to be living for the next few years, and they've done a whole road trip. So they drove from Connecticut all the way down to Florida, and then they've driven from Florida all the way across to San Francisco. But it looks amazing. I mean, it's a bit. Oh, what am I like? It's a bit of a strange time to be doing it, and obviously it's been unusual, and it's had some challenges. But it looked amazing, and I'd love to do one of those like big road trips across the states, I think.
That's my absolute dream, is to get a caravan, or as you guys think, call it camper van, or that sort of RV, just start at one end and go all the way to the other end. And and I want to go to all these tiny little towns that maybe you don't really always hear of. Of course I want to go to the well-known towns and cities, but all these little places that you wouldn't necessarily know and love. Love to do that.
Yeah, I would love to. I have to go to Nashville and live my best cowboy fantasy. Sitting in the bar drinking rum, pretending I'm a cowboy.
Do you know where I would absolutely love to go and see is New Orleans?
Oh, yes.
Party and drink responsibly. But
Yep,
you
don't
know, we
spill
know
it.
what New Orleans is all alike. You know, I think that would be so good, so much fun to see. And be a
Awesome.
part of.
Pamela's got a question for you, Craig, before we move on to the next demonstration. And she says, opinions, please, Craig. Which ink pad do you think is the most versatile of all the ones that we have? That's a tough question.
It is tough. What I would say is, water reactive, because quick dry, you stamp them and they dry very quick, you know, and great, absolutely great for that sort of thing.
I wonder how they come up with a name for those.
I wonder if you know, do let us know. You know, maybe if there's any other names that would work well with them. But at least with your water reactive, you can still stamp with them, but obviously they're not as quick dry. But then you can do things like your water techniques, you can do your blending, you can still use your embossing powders over the top because they stay wet a wee bit longer. So certainly when it comes to, say, quick dry or water reactive, if you're unsure of what set to go to, I would tend to go for water reactive because you can do a lot more than you can do with the quick dry. So that's what I would say.
Absolutely. I agree with you. My favourite, though, are the opaque ones. I don't know why, they're just my favourites. They're just my... I don't use them, obviously, but if I was using them, they'd be my go-to ones. Right, what's next then, Craig?
So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Heartfelt frame for this one. We're going to create a bit of dimension without any foam pads. So we'll show you how you can be doing that one. So what we're going to do here is I've just taken some red cardstock that was from our 12 by 12 texture card. So if we just take this out of the packaging, I think the adhesive tape in the middle is stuck. So let's just... He says, so just bear with.
Do you know what else we're talking about road trips as well? I know we're talking about US road trips, Craig, but I'd also really love to do that road trip where you go around the very, around the outside of the top of Scotland, all around the Highlands. Have you ever done that one?
No, which,
Do you
funny
know
enough,
the road I mean? Is it a specific, like one specific road that goes all the way around?
there is a specific road, and before I start planning going travelling around elsewhere in the world, I should really start by thinking about planning a trip around Scotland.
And that was one of the nice things about 2020 really, was not being able to travel as much. I went to I explored loads of parts of the UK that I'd never been to before. I went down to Dorset and Devon and Cornwall on a big road trip. It was really lovely. I think sometimes it's nice, you sometimes overlook, don't you, what's on your doorstep?
You absolutely do, yeah, completely agree with you. I know my brother, he'd done a bit of travelling within Scotland over the last few months ago, and seeing some of his pictures, it's kind of like I really, really do want to do that sometime as well. So closer to home, so there'll be a better chance of me being able to do that.
Fabulous.
So what I've just done there is I managed to get these die bits out. So I've just taken my red texture cardstock, I have cut it to 7 inches by 5 inches, and then what I've just done is just in at each end, I've just scored at 1 inch down each side. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my cardstock. Now keeping in mind we've got our score edge, there we go, I can see it perfectly from there if I put my hands back, see the score lines. So I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my die just here, so making sure that it is going to be facing forwards. And then let's bring in, so we've got Sending You Love, we've got Love You, which I actually think we'll go for, but we've also got All My Love as well. So we've got these ones that you can choose from, but we're going to go with Love You. And then what we're going to do is tape these ones down. So again, let's just tape the outside bit first and bringing that one into place.
Alison Soberman's had a great idea, Craig. She says we should get a big Crafters Companion party bus. She can pick us two up and anyone else at JFK Airport, and then we just head for the West Coast.
Oh, that would
go
be
all the way
so
across
good.
the middle. I think so.
That would be so, so good.
Pamela's asking as well, which inks are meant for stencils, Craig? Another great question. I get you could actually stencil through these die cut elements with this collection as well.
Of course you can. Use them as stencils, cut through them and then use them as a stencil. Use them as a paste as well. Or then what you can even do is die cut them several times, then using your sprays, your double-sided adhesive, layer them up so you make a really good thick chipboard, so they could be used to emboss then. Or you could be using them with your gessos and mixed medias and your canvases, all these different things. So if you do like other crafts, maybe you don't necessarily do card making, don't think that you can't use them elsewhere, because absolutely you can. But when it comes to your stencils, what I would use again is water reactive, because what you want to be able to do is blend them. So whether you're just using the one colour and pulling the colour in, or blending multiple colours, your water reactive will enable you to do that. You know, you can also do a bit of blending with the opaque pigment ink pads that Joe was on about, and then these are also going to be perfect for your embossing powders too. But yeah, just certainly water reactive, that's going to be enable you to do many different techniques.
Beverly's just let me know the road around Scotland is called the North Coast 500 apparently.
That's what it was. Do you know something? North Coast was ringing a bell, but I thought I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong and looked like a numpty.
Not that far from us here really. I mean,
No.
it's still quite a long way, but I mean, probably only... I wonder how long it'd take you to drive to Aberdeen from here. Shall I Google it?
Well, from my house to my town in Scotland is bang on pretty much 4 hours, and then Aberdeen is another 1 hour drive above that.
Oh
So
yeah,
from
4
here-
hours 55. So fair
there you
old,
go. Yep.
fair old try. And you've got quite a long way to go then still as well, haven't you?
So
To the top, I mean, to get to the very
to the top,
the
yeah,
very top part.
absolutely, yeah. You've got a good further on to go beyond to get up.
One
So-
day, it's going on the bucket list, Craig.
Yeah, that'd be good. And Aberdeen, that's a really nice town.
Christine
Really
Mahoney
nice
says
city.
she's getting on the party bus with us as well at JFK, just letting us know. Let us know who else is getting on. Do you know what we haven't talked about for a while as well, Craig?
What's that?
The Crafter's Companion Cruise has been sort of forgotten about, hasn't it? I
Well,
think
no.
obviously, 2020 has put paid to that really. There's not much cruising happening at the moment. But
There's not.
I haven't nagged Sarah about it for a long time. She's probably been glad for the rest, I reckon.
It probably has been. But that's a new one we can start now, is the Crafter's Companion minibus. That'd
Crafter's
be good.
Companion minibus, the party bus, the
Party
cruise.
bus.
I mean, I think we need to just start a subdivision of the business called Crafter's Companion Tours or Holidays maybe. And we
think
could just
so.
become a travel company as well. I think that would be the way forward.
I think we could do that, yeah. Our actual company colours, of course, could be travel purple. You know, we can do all these different ones. That would be good. Really good idea. Get travelling. Travelling with Crafter's Companion. Like that.
Can't wait. Right, I'm on it.
I'll leave that to you. First stop, where's that going to be?
Maybe we could do like a local tour of Newton Aycliffe first, a bus tour of Newton Aycliffe. I could do a walking tour of Newton Aycliffe for you for the first one. I could take you to Tesco's and the High Street. Could show you the industrial estate. Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, could do. Be interesting. Blanking you've missed it. But
Shall I sign you up, Craig? I'll put you down for that one.
Put me as a reserve.
A reserve, okay. Right,
Yeah.
okay,
Put me
thanks.
as the reserve.
Yeah, no takers in the gallery either, I'm afraid, so.
Yeah, no one's jumping at that, are they?
We would go to Greg's though, Craig.
Yeah. I'm there quite a lot as it is.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, can you imagine that one? That would be
Okay,
good.
back to the drawing board then.
So just done there is I've just taken some of our vellum and I've just die cut. So that was also 5x5 and I just cut my vellum. So what that's going to do is that's then just going to just sandwich into the back. But what I'm wanting to do is I'm actually just wanting the vellum just behind this actual sentiment. So you could have just cut the die on its own and trimmed round, or do what I've just done here. And then what I'm going to do is on this one, trim it away, and then you're left with that vellum, so it could be just subtly as a shadow effect on the background. Or what I'm going to do on this one, you can see I've not put the sentiment in, but I'm going to chop this out because I want that to kind of like be my mat and my layer. So we're just going to just chop that out. So we've got the heart, and then what we'll show you is how you've got the vellum behind the sentiment, but then you've got your see-through, so to speak, when it comes to the actual background.
Got some great vellum coming up in the next show, haven't we, Craig?
We do indeed, yeah. Another reason why I thought I would incorporate this with that one. This with that one with this, because I knew that it would be good just for you to maybe get ahead on the show, see what you can get. So now what we can do is that can then just sit nicely behind our sentiment. So it just pulls the sentiment out that wee bit more. Then what I'm going to do is if I just take my dotty tape runner, and then I'm just going to go around the actual edge of the sentiment, and then I'm also just going to just take my actual dotty tape runner and just go over the sentiment, and then we are just going to add the adhesive into place. We're going to pop that over the top, just like that one, just so it's going to just sit over the sentiment, or just sit over the vellum with the sentiment. Going to just pop that into place and press. So then we are now able to see all the way through when it comes to the die cut surroundings, but then you've got that nice piece of vellum just accenting the sentiment. Then I'm going to bring in my piece of black cardstock. So this one, it is 5 by 4.5. And then what this enables us to do, if I then just fold over the actual edges where I've done the score line, we're then just going to fold this around. So this can then go around my piece of black card. So you can see it gives you that effect just there. So it gives you a dome effect. But I'm doing that around cardstock. But what about, maybe around candles, a pillar candle, or maybe a table decoration for your table. Not necessarily for Christmas, but any other celebration once we are back up and running. So just think where else you can be using them. So I'm just going to just fold that one over, and then just fold that one over as well. And because the black cardstock is slightly smaller, this is what enables it to give it that domed effect that you can see just there.
Gorgeous.
Then I'm just going to bring in just some mats and layers here. So I've just taken an A5 card blank. So that is A4, just folded in half. A4 just being slightly smaller than letter size. So what I'm then just doing is bringing in my adhesive. So this is from our past 12 by 12 paper pad. We had an autumn and a springtime one. I can't remember what the autumn's name was. The 12 by 12 paper pad.
Autumn and a spring.
It was maybe earlier on during the year, Joe. We had, I think it came out with the special memory books, Precious Memories.
Ah, yes.
That one.
Yep, that rings a bell.
So the papers are from there.
I love that because it looks like parchment crafting, doesn't
does,
it? It's
yeah.
got that really sort of parch element to it.
That's why I thought it worked well with just incorporating a bit of the
It
vellum.
really does.
And then all that I'm going to do is, again, using my adhesive. Now, I'm not worried about squashing it because it will be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to go all the way around with my adhesive again. And then what I've also done, and I've done this next bit beforehand, that can then sit into the middle like that one, as close to the middle as I can get. So we're just going to press that into place. And then what I've also done is I've just taken some of our red glitter card. I've die cut the Love You die. So I've just die cut this one into a red glitter card and just trimmed it out. So I've just trimmed that one out and just used it with our iron. Again, you could use your tape runner or you could be using your sprays. So all that I'm just doing now is if I take this one off, and then we're just going to overlay that back over the sentiment.
Oh, I love this. I love this idea.
And it just gives it that little bit more accent detail. It just enhances it a wee bit more. And because it's a deeper shade of red, it just pulls it out from the detailed background. So we can just place that one in, always using my poke tool just to actually maneuver it all into place. So if I just pop it in. Now don't worry if you don't get it exactly over the top, because what will happen is it will start to look like a shadowed effect. So you don't need to worry too much. And then I've just taken some little die cut pieces from, I'm sure it was Sarah's vintage lace collection. And again, in the matching cardstock, red glitter as well as black card, I've just die cut a few pieces. So these can then just pop into these corners just to finish it off. So it's very much an autumn fall style, but within deep red and black colour tones.
I love it.
So you can mix it up if you want colour wise, and then just a few gems, silver gems, I'm just going to pop into each corner. And because I've popped them on with glue gel, with it being embellishment, it just gives you that little bit of manoeuvrability. So let's just pop that one on into place there. Now that they're on, just have a wee play about with them, fan them out ever so slightly, and then that will still go into a flat envelope if you wanted to, so don't worry about it being flat like so, but then it will still just pop out, and then that can be then your dimensional card without actually using any extra foam pads.
How awesome is that? What a really striking finished card that is, Craig. Pamela Craven says, Joe, the tour can start in Newton Aycliffe, then go to Newcastle, onto the Port of Tyne, North Shields to pick up the cruise. I did that several years ago. Maybe that's what I need to do. The cruise can start here in Newton Aycliffe. And then we can have a great night out in Whitley Bay or somewhere, I'm sure, on the way back. Sue says as well, love watching Joe and Craig. Always learn so much with a lot of laughs. Or a Laura, I'll try that again. A Laura laughs, as Arcilla would say. Loads of you have been sending in images, which we love. Christine McCrone sent this one in. Is that the stencil there, Craig, that she's used? Been working on that nativity collection.
Yeah, so that's one of the stencils. Well, that was what we were on about earlier on. When it comes to stencils, that would have been water reactive, but how effective is that? Just a bit of colour with white cardstock.
Beautiful, really is. Christine McCrone sent this one into us as well. She has been very, very busy. That's the happy birthday one that she's got there. She's also sent the best wishes in. I love the idea of using a pattern paper in the background, Craig. Didn't think of that.
Doesn't just have to be plain cardstock. Just have a look, see what cardstock pattern-wise that you've got, and just incorporate that.
Gorgeous. Adele sent us these ones in. Is that? So that's coloured cardstock over mirrored cardstock. What a lovely striking effect she's got there with that.
See how the mirror card or the mirror card just bounces back on you, and it works really well.
Really, really gorgeous. Now, let me come back and recap for you the two different options that you've got when it comes to getting hold of these awesome interchangeable dies for you. Just talking about value as well, I know I mentioned it earlier, these dies, they're $24.99 in the UK if you got them each, $32.99 if you're in the US. I would say that on their own, if it was one die, so say you were just buying this die here and it already had that Merry Christmas in there within it, you'd probably be looking at $19.99 for a 5x5 creative card like that. So for an extra £5, what you're getting is, in essence, 2 more creative card dies, because you're able to use it in 3 different ways. In fact, you're able to use it in 5, 6, 7 different ways, because actually, think about using each sentiment in the frame. There's 3 ways of using it. Think about using the frame on its own, 4 ways of using it. Then think about using the sentiments on their own separately as well, another 3 way of using it. So the versatility on each one of these dies really is absolutely off the chart. So you've got the Merry Christmas, you've got the tree there with Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings and Happy Holidays. You've also got the star, and that has got peace on earth, star of wonder, and joy to the world. The snowflake here has got winter wishes and believe in the magic, which is awesome. And then finally, the holly, which has deck the halls, jolly holidays, 'tis the season. Does anyone else want to burst out into Michael Bublé when you sing jolly, when you say jolly holidays? If you want to get them all together as a collection, that is the best way to get the best value on these. £78 or $90. Club Inspired Platinum members, $62.40 or $72 if you want to get that collection. Now, we've also then got the Everyday collection for you as well. And these are awesome again. And these are covering sentiments that are going to work all the year through for you. A lot of you actually in the comments over the show have been letting me know that you own both sets of these, which I think is an awesome way to go. This one here is your interchangeable elegant frame, which has got You're Invited, Enjoy Your Special Day, and also Congratulations. This one here, this is your Heartfelt frame, and that's going to give you Love You, Sending Lots of Love, All My Love. This one here is your flower frame. That's got Happy Birthday, Just For You, and Best Wishes. I think that's an extremely versatile one, that one. And then finally as well, you've got the interchangeable trellis with Celebrate, Thinking of You, and Thank You as well. If you want to get those 4 as a collection on their own, £69 or $92. Club Inspired Platinum members, $55.20 or $73.60. To get hold of those. If you're thinking, do you know what? I can't really stretch to a whole collection today, Joe, but I do want some crafty goodness, new crafty goodness in my life. And I really have got my heart set on one of the everydays and also one of the festive ones. Don't worry, you can mix and match, I should say, across the two. $24.99 or $32.99 each. If you get 2 of them in your basket, that becomes $42.50 or $55. You can use your Club Inspired discount off of that as well. So you could just go for one of the everydays and one of the Christmas ones as well, which is awesome. Few people suggesting the song that I'm talking about. This is so me, isn't it? It's not, it doesn't say every day. It's actually, oh no, I think it might be a different one. People are suggesting, is it Lovely Day? Lovely Day, Lovely Day, Lovely Day. No, it's more rap than that. Every day. every day, every day. Just call me Yeezy. What do they, that's what they say, Craig. Joe Yeezy Remblance. Back to you, Craig.
Do you listen to rap a lot?
No, never. Absolutely not. But it's hard to escape it. I feel like, especially on Instagram stories, so much rap on Instagram stories. And there's that song, I Was in a Mood. That one is absolutely, I think it's #1 in the UK at the moment, actually. That's probably why it's everywhere. And also TikTok as well. So much rap and R&B and hip hop. I think that's where I pick them up from. I am like the least cool person in the world, so no, I'm not listening to that sort of music.
See, TikTok, I can just hear the Peppa Pig going, about
Peppa
whistling.
Pig?
Whistling. Well, I can't whistle. What's whistling anyway? I'm not going to finish the rest. You put your lips together and blow. If you watch and follow TikTok, you know exactly what I mean.
You come out with a nugget of joy every time we work together. Last time
You
we
brought
worked
up
together,
TikTok.
last time we worked together, it was chase me was your anecdote of the day. Today is put your lips together and blow. There is one every single day, Craig. I love it. I'm here for it. Right, what's next? I know we're running out of time.
TikTok for you. Right, so I'm actually going to do a wee bit of a tease for you. I'm going to start this one, but what I'm going to make, I'm going to finish later on in Craft House because we've got a bit of hunky-dory. So for this one, we're going to use the flower interchangeable frame, and then we're going to bring in a bit of hunky-dory later on. So to make this one, which is going to be the box, we've got the lid already. So this was, if anyone is wondering, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I've just scored the lid at 1.5 inches all the way, and I've done exactly the same with the base, which I've got here, and I've already made it up. So because this is going to be the large way, I've just swapped over to my large Gemini. So that then can go within the middle. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to bring in my nesting circles. So I'm just going to bring one in that's a bit smaller, and that's then going to create a little aperture within the middle. What you can do if you want, just actually, I tell you what, let's do it this way, just in case, say you don't have any nesting circles, let's just show you how you can create a circle aperture using your sentiment dies. So let's take this one on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this one up, and we're going to just tape that one into place. So again, let's do that one just to hold it. And then what we're going to do is pop our sentiment in, and really it doesn't matter which way you're going to pop this one because it's not going to be readable because we're going to chop it out, but we'll just pop it in like so. So taping it down, and then just like always with the wafer thin die and the large Gemini, it's still the same configuration of plates. So that can then just go all the way through. So being the larger platform, it enables you to do larger boxes. But just to say as well, these are a perfect background die. If you like to use your normal dies for your foil press, why not foil them? Either die cut them and foil them, or just actually foil the actual die. So the detail, instead of it die cutting, all that intricate detail will be foiled. So what we're going to do is move that one out the way. So if we pull all that out, and then we can see, I'm going to be really careful, although I've got one already pre-planned at the side of me. So what we're going to do is, all these lovely little bits have already just fallen out for me, which is great. So I'm not going to bother with that tape because we're not going to see this one. But I wanted to show you how, if you want to create your own aperture but you don't have your own circle dies, all that you can do is use your sentiment and then just follow the line all the way around. So all that we're just doing is we're just snipping out the sentiment. But then this enables you to use the sentiment on its own. So you can be using it without the circle. So let's just take away all these little bits. So snipping away just where the sentiment just connects that we can see just there. So just snip all these little bits. Then there we go. That enables you to create your circle aperture without actually using any nesting dies. And then of course you've got your die that you could be using elsewhere if you want. So what I'm going to do, let's bring this one in. I've done exactly the same, but I've already added my tape all the way around. And then all that I've just done is I've just popped some red liner tape. You can use your spray or your glue, but what I'm doing is using my red liner tape for this one because I've got a piece of acetate that we're just going to pop all the way around the back. And this is just going to strengthen the lid. So if we take these bits off, and then we're just going to take the acetate he says, which is here. And I've just cut my acetate just to the same size as inside, which is just shy of 5 by 5. Now this could be our heavyweight acetate, this could be Hunky Dory's construction acetate. It can even be the back end of packaging from your dies. If you don't want to waste any of the packaging, chop them up and use them as well. So then that then is going to create the actual structure at the base of the lid. And the base of the lid, the underside of the lid for that one. And then I've just already got my tape into place. So what we're just doing is using our double-sided tape. You can use your tape pens. This is going to be perfect for this one, or your wet glues. Equally, it's whatever you find easy and comfortable using. So
That's finger lift, is it that way?
so this is it's the same tape as finger lift, but without the finger lift part. Basically.
What makes it finger lift? The backing wider than the adhesive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So finger lift would, so there is the adhesive strip. So finger lift would mean that the actual backing, so here's a bit of the backing of the actual double-sided tape. So that would just be a couple of millimetres wider than the actual adhesive. So it just enables you to get your fingernail under to pick it up and take it off. Hence the name finger lift. But I always, whether I use finger lift or not, I always just use my pokey tool just to lift it all up. So then...
Finger lift to me always sounded like a machine that you'd have at the gym, like just to work out your finger. The finger lift machine. What have you been doing? True. Oh, my finger's killing me. I've been on the finger lift machine for hours.
Yeah, can you imagine it just working with your finger lift? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't know where these things are in these things live in. There's many more things like this in my head, Craig, you know. I just keep them in a lot of the time.
Yeah, but we don't want you to keep them in. Let them out. It's fun. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. So you can see on these ones here, so I've already done my base just in the same way, but without using the actual tape. So with the actual box, I've just used our black matte cardstock. And then when it comes to the actual purple layer, this is from our purple luxury card, which is on the show later on. Stop
the press, Craig. Stop the show.
Stop the show.
Finger exercises are a thing.
Are they?
They are, yeah. Apparently, according to Laura in the gallery, rock climbers use finger exercises. I don't know, I wonder if they're... in my head, it's like a little mini bench press that you rest your finger on and then you do like little curls. I think that's what they are, basically. They're like knuckle dusters with springs on, apparently. Knuckle duster... What's a knuckle duster, Erin asked now? I can't go there, sorry.
Giving a bit of finger action when it comes to the gym.
Absolutely.
So all that I've just done is gone all the way around using my strips of the purple card, which is on the show. Then also what I've just done is using my nested dies for this one. It's not essential, but just to accent that circle part there of the box, I've just taken my nested circle and popped a bit of low tack tape. No, if not, pop red liner tape. This could of course be your glue or your tape runner too. And what that's going to do is that's just going to sit nicely over the aperture. And then we can even just finish that one off with a bow. So we're going to pop a bit of glue there, glue gel. And I've got a bow here. Now there is our box. But if you want to see what you can actually pop in the box, then you're going to have to tune in just over an hour for Craft House, where we're going to make something with Hunky Dory, and that's going to go in the box.
What is it? We're going to play that well-known game, What is in the Box? Yes, make sure you join us for that in just over an hour. Just to give us a bit of a sneaky peek as to maybe what some of your demonstrations might entail then for that next show, Craig, for anyone that was, you know, on the cusp about whether they might join us or not.
Rightio, so this is the perfect one. We have got a show galore of Sarah's signature. On this side, we've got rose gold. On this side, we've got glistening snowflake. And then why not just bring them both together? So it's entirely up to you. If you're still in the Christmas spirit, then you can, of course, go with the glistening snowflake. Or maybe you've got them both and you just want some ideas. Come and join us, and we're even just going to throw in a big dollop of Hunky Dory.
Oh, what could be better than a big dollop of Hunky Dory on a Saturday afternoon, eh? I'll leave it with you. Right, let me run you back through the designs that you've got. Both options for you. So remember the everyday option that we had. It's going to give you the trellis frame, celebrate, thinking of you, and thank you. It also got in there as well that interchangeable elegant frame with you're invited, enjoy your special day, and congratulations. Heartfelt frame that had love you, sending lots of love and all my love. And we also had as well interchangeable flower frame with happy birthday, just for you and best wishes. If you want to go for the everydays, £69 or $92. Details are there on your screen. We also had as well, remember, the festive ones, which are super popular. I think I might be right in saying that the festive ones are your favourite this show. They are. The Christmas tree is very, very busy individually as well at the moment. And the Christmas tree, of course, is going to give you Merry Christmas, season's greetings and happy holidays. The star, which is one of my favourites. This one has got peace on earth, joy to the world and star of wonder. You've then got the snowflake here with let it snow, believe in the magic, and also winter wishes. And then finally the holly one here, which has got deck the halls, jolly holidays, and also 'tis the season as well. So really, really gorgeous collection there for you, which is absolutely awesome. Loads of you still chatting away as well to us, which we love. We've had a good old natter, haven't we, this hour, Craig? It's been wonderful. Kelly Jones says the box is gorgeous, Craig. Rosalind says that box would be pretty with some fairy lights in it. Oh, we're going to have to tune in, see what Craig does with his box. In that next show. We're gonna grab some lunch, get a cup of tea and have a little bit of a natter, Craig, for an hour, yeah?
Absolutely, definitely a cup of tea, that's for sure, because my cup's ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're going to do that. I'm going to grab some lunch as well. It gives you guys an hour to get yourself set. If you're in Hawaii, maybe you'll be having a power nap, I don't know. Make sure you get that alarm set though, and make sure you join us in Hawaii for the what would it be in Hawaii? It would be, oh, I'm not good with these maths, am I? 6 a.m. In Hawaii. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. Right, make sure you check out your baskets. Join us back here in an hour because we've got an amazing craft house and we've got a really special guest that I can't wait to introduce you to as well. See you then, take care.